Ladies and gentlemen, this is already the eighth Plovdcast, and I have a very special guest. Her name is Efrata. She is from Indonesia, but she lives in Bulgaria and sometimes also in Belgium. So this is going to be a very, very exciting story. Welcome, Efrata, to my Plovdcast. I like that energy. Efrata, you're living in Belgium and in Bulgaria, mostly in Bulgaria. How
Yes.
did this happen? I mean, did you just fell out of the sky from Indonesia, or what happened? What happened here?
Uh, I will make the story short. In 2009, I moved to Belgium. And then I studied there. I got married to a Belgian guy, worked there. And then in meanwhile, it's 10 years, let's say until 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, my husband got the opportunity to work in Sofia. And I was like, why not take the chance also to see other country? Because at the time, I didn't know, actually, to be honest, I didn't know where Bulgaria is or Sofia. I know this is somewhere in the Balkan, but I wasn't also
You're not the only one.
any interest of these countries. So I said, let's give it a try. So I resigned from my job and we moved to Bulgaria, Sofia, and we planned actually to stay here for only 6 months.
Yeah, this is also what I planned. Yeah. Only 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I plan to live here for 6 months. I'm now 7 years here. So these are very long 6 months. So you have the same problem.
I guess so. So yeah, this 6 months, and after 6 months, well, not after 6 months, after a few months, actually, we really like it here. We like thinking, see if there is a possibilities to stay longer in terms of job for my husband, and it's possible, so we stay longer. So every a few months we like kind of try, we review of either we can stay longer, and now it's already up to almost 3 years. Actually in September it will be 3 years. Yeah,
3 years. And what do you like so much about Bulgaria that makes you stay every time?
First of all, for me personally, because I live in Belgium for like 10 years, but I'm from Indonesia. So this is two very different countries.
I would say so.
And
Yeah.
Actually, what I really feel the first is Bulgaria is a perfect combination between Indonesia in terms of living and Belgium, because Belgium are quite strict with all this regulation and blah blah, and Indonesia, we offer a lot of freedom. And Bulgaria, this is kind of in the middle of it. We are still in EU. With a touch of freedom from Indonesia, the feeling of it. Yeah. So this is the first what I like. And the second, of course, the weather. In Belgium, it's raining all the time. We said we don't really have 4 seasons. We have rainy season and dry season in Belgium. And here you really have like 4 seasons.
But it's the same in Indonesia, right? In Indonesia, you also have dry season and wet season.
But it is in a different way, because in Belgium, it can be really, really cold because of this North Sea, I don't know, I think it's North Sea wind that can. And it can also be raining like 3 days, raining all the time. In Indonesia, we don't have it. It rains for 1 hour and the sun shines again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, I mean, this is it's the funny thing. Like I had the same when people tell me, like when I tell to people that, you know, I like the weather in Bulgaria, and the Bulgarians look at me like, huh? Like, are you not? Sometimes the weather really sucks. I say, I'm from Holland. I'm glad with only sometimes, you know.
Yeah, so true. So yeah. So, and what else?
I don't know. What else?
What else? The natures.
The nature, of course. Yeah.
The mountains, the natures, and especially for me, the mineral water, hot springs. There are a lot of spa hotels, wellness hotels. And don't forget, I really like the people also. I think 2 years in Sofia, I can say I make a connection, I mean, deep connection more with the people than 10 years in Belgium.
Yeah, people are very open here. That's true.
And spontaneity. Love it.
And what was your expectation? You said, I don't know anything, but did you have something in mind? Like, oh, I'm going to Bulgaria and it's going to look like this, that. Did you have any kind of idea, or did you just go completely blank? So like, okay, I'll just go there. I'm just going to see, I don't know.
Completely blank.
Completely blank. Oh, no, nobody also warned you for that, or something like, oh, you're going to Bulgaria, with some guest in this podcast.
Well,
said,
actually,
you come to Bulgaria, like, don't go there because it's like this.
Yes. Some actually of my ex-colleagues, like one or two, I don't know, or even more, they were like asking me, and they are Bulgarians. Yes, and they in Belgium, because there are a lot of Bulgarian in Belgium. And they said, yeah, why do you go there? I mean, there are a lot of poor people there. It's not so advanced like in Belgium. They really don't understand the decision that we make. But just like warn about this and that kind of things. It's not really a nice city. Well, if you compare in terms of building and everything, of course, here is nothing if you compare to Ghent, Bruges, for the building itself. But but people don't give any opinion of. I don't let people to give their opinion to how influence my decision.
But it's interesting that it was exactly the Bulgarians in Belgium that warned you to not go to. So that's probably that's very interesting. Anyhow, what did you know about Bulgaria? Like completely nothing, or was there some? You said that you know about Bulgaria, that it was in the Balkans, or did you have some information about Bulgaria, or did you maybe search about it and found something, or how did this go?
Before we came here. Well, before we came here as a preparation, I think we started to watch the YouTube channel from a vlogger just about Bulgaria to have the taste of it. But unfortunately, at the time, let's say 2 years ago, we didn't really find a lot of good YouTube channels that showcase Bulgaria. It's more like they are doing blah, 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 the talking, than showing the Bulgaria itself, the country itself. So we don't really have a good, how we say it, a good impression, a good build of this country. Yeah. I speak Dutch most of the time. That's why sometimes I'm thinking.
I speak Dutch as well, but I think most of the people who listen or who watch the podcast,
English,
they cannot understand this. This is just our secret language. It's only for very smart people. This is what I always say to people. Anyhow, so is this the reason that you started with? Because I didn't tell this yet. You know, the people who are listening and watching, they don't know this yet. But you have your own YouTube channel, and you're creating very nice videos about Bulgaria. Is this one of the reasons that you thought, like, hey, it's so beautiful and nobody did this, so I'm going to do this? Is that what made you start your YouTube channel, or?
There are a few reasons that there are complement to each other, let's say. So the first reason is that I see the opportunity to make a good video, and I'm still learning to make it better and better, because I don't have any formal education about video editing, how to take and everything. I'm learning, but
same for me with the podcast. I mean, this is just I just started to do it because I want to learn how to do it. And yeah, I mean, I think it's good because you can wait until the knowledge is not going from heaven, like, you know. And I think also, and I think this perhaps this is the same for you as well, that once you are on the road, you'll find your own way to do it. And I think that's the best way, because then it's natural. Anyhow, continue, please.
Learning by doing. That's the first. And the second reason I didn't really know about Bulgaria before I came here, but I knew that when most of people who don't know Bulgaria as a country in Belgium, I cannot say most of people, but let's say people who are connected with me. When we talk about Bulgaria, there are more, they don't know anything also like me, but they have the impression of more about negative things than positive things about this country. And I want to showcase positive things about Bulgaria. So I want to, that's why also my channel, if you look at it, I think there are enough news, people, things that mention bad things about Bulgaria. So I just make a frame that I just show either facts or positive things about Bulgaria.
Which are most of the time facts anyway.
There are also facts. Yeah. I don't exaggerate my video. There is all the facts. Yeah, and the third reason, after 2 years here, I don't work. By the way, after 2 years here, I'm starting craving of doing something really active, like something useful. At the first, I was planning to make it not really like to monetize it later on. I was thinking like, hey, why not make a video so our family, our acquaintance, our friends can see Bulgaria first, and maybe 10 years or 20 years after from now, when we see it, it can be a nostalgic feeling for us. We have been here, there. That was the first intention, but now I saw that the channel growing. And I was like, why not trying it, push it a little bit harder to be able to monetize it. And maybe it will be one of my future source income. We will see.
Yeah, nice. I mean, at least you have ambition. That's very good. And I think that, Bulgaria gives you a lot of opportunity to make very nice videos. So that's you have like a great decor. Let's say it like this. It's just how you use it.
Exactly. You have the sun. So for lighting is good. You don't need to edit anything. You have the nature, greenery behind you. You have the culture. You have good food. Voila. You have everything you need.
What more do you want? What more do you want? Just people come to Bulgaria, watch the videos, come to Bulgaria. It's so easy. So what is the if you I mean, how long? Let me ask it in this way. How long are you making videos right now?
I started at the beginning of April, so 2 months.
Okay. So you're very new. So you started basically.
I'm very new, yeah.
You started basically in the end of Corona times with the videos.
Yeah, I don't know somehow why I didn't start it like 2 years ago. I don't know.
Well,
yeah,
sometimes.
I started 2 months ago. Yeah.
And what is the highlight? What is the thing that you would never expected and that you really like? Wow, I'm so happy, proud, whatever, that I was there at this location, or maybe an event that you were. What was like for you the most? I mean, I know it's only 2 months, but still, like, what is your best? Let's say, not, I mean, doesn't have to be the best video, but like that you were somewhere and you were really impressed by it. Or maybe.
Well, I'm working now for a video from the slaughter from Katerina, this Roses Festival, and I was very, very impressed with the whole thing with this rose. I mean, we met this rose princess. We went to this museum to learn more about rose, and we experienced rose festival in Kasenlak. For me, this is amazing. And this is an experience that I first I would not forget, I think, and the second I would not experience if I don't join the slaughter. I'm not promoting like I mean, this is really my real experience, not really like promoting her to promote her, but I really like this tour, and I really like also her to guide this tour. Yeah. And this is my high point until now. So I'm working. I took a lot of videos for this event, and I'm working for it.
Yeah, and now, of course, the most important questions. Where are the Plovdiv videos?
I will upload the Plovdiv video. But first of all, maybe I can mention my YouTube channel in case some people interested.
Yeah, sure.
It's my YouTube channel is just my name. You can search it, Efrata Kristina with K, Kristina. So this way you will find me. For the Plovdiv, I'm planning for now to make 2 videos. One video is mostly guided by Kati, and the second one it is mostly about the graffiti. Of Plovdiv, but not the completely, because it wasn't guided, so we just walk around. We went to hide it, one of the tepe, and then videograph a lot of how we call it, not graffiti, but mural arts and street arts. We also walk around in the midnight, waiting until all these cafes close, because it's difficult to take a picture when they're still open.
Huh? And all the people in front of it.
And then I like life of Plovdiv. Like we went, I think we went even in one day. We went to 2 places for a cocktail. We tried the Turkish cafe, the knufe, and it will come to my Plovdiv video.
When can we expect it?
I really
I'm going to put pressure on you now. You feel?
I'm now working on the video. I have 2 videos now coming. One, our off-road touring from Petrov, so down in the border between Bulgaria and Greek border, below the Slavianka mountain, Alibotus. So we did it off-road there.
Cool.
It will come, and also another off-road to Chumerna in one of the Stara Planina hike. Well, sometimes we walk and hike, but now because we also have a SUV car, we tried also to see how good is our car. So we did this off-road tripping, and I videograph everything with some stops, of course, from like abandoned village, Sheshingrad. I don't know if you know Sheshingrad.
No, you know more than me about that, at least, about that.
Yes, Sheshingrad is an abandoned village from the mine in the communism time.
Yes. I think I heard about it. Yeah,
so we went there also to Chumerna, not Chumerna, but to a house where the Karakachan people live, or used to live at least. So it will come, but I don't know, we will see. And then after that, I really like this graffiti tour. One day I like life in Plovdiv, and it will come soon. I will let you know.
Yeah, you live in Sofia, so the other question is, when are you going to move to Plovdiv, of course, because
well, let me tell you something. I really love Plovdiv. So I didn't
there's
know
no other choice. There's no other option.
Yes, indeed. I really didn't know about Plovdiv, so I came at the beginning. Actually, the tour started at 8 in the morning with Kati. Morning 8 from Plovdiv. So I was like, how can I be in Plovdiv at 8? It's impossible. So let's start my vacation, let's say, from Friday morning. So I came Friday morning, and I saw this, I don't know, somehow this atmosphere of relaxed vacation. And in that matter of second, I decided already to stay one day more on Monday.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
And after leaving Plovdiv, I was like, why not come back to Plovdiv this weekend? Kind of.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a good start to then move to Plovdiv. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think you got a taste of it. You understand it.
Yeah, it's very nice city. Really like it.
Great. So being from Indonesia and being also from a little bit from Belgium, what is the thing that you're missing? Is there a thing, and if there is, what would be the thing that you really miss most from home? And let's say home is, for example, is in your case Indonesia, I think. So what do you miss most from Indonesia that you cannot buy or cannot have here in Bulgaria, or cannot find?
Indonesian food. That's very difficult. You can find, of course, you can find. but not all of them, and not every time when you wanted them the most. In Belgium, I don't really have this problem because, yeah, it's very close to the Netherlands. We can just order. And we have also several restaurants in Belgium and also in the Netherlands. But here we don't have it. So when I wanted to present Indonesian foods to my friends, invited them here, I don't really have the ingredient to make the foods.
Yeah, the funny thing about Indonesian food is that when people say that they cook Dutch food, half of the food I think that Dutch people cook is Indonesian, because basically Dutch cuisine doesn't really exist.
No.
So we can maybe make some pea soup or something. But it's like, yeah, this is very Dutch. It's called satay. And I'm like,
satay.
Yeah, very Dutch. It's so funny. We all know. I mean, every Dutch person knows satay, I think, and this is this is definitely Indonesian stuff. So
you have even satay sauce, right?
Yeah,
when you buy fries.
Yeah, patatje oorlog. If you translate this means a fries war. It's called, like, it's fries with mayonnaise and satay, or we call it also sometimes peanut sauce. But if you mix it, then if you mix those two sauces, then it's like fries war. Patatje oorlog, yeah.
Okay,
so you see that we even blend our dishes with there's so much. Of course, I mean, if you see what people were eating before colonization, it was so boring that we were very happy that we could get some spices.
Finally, something is exotic.
finally, something with taste, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there something that you would, vice versa? So something that you see in Bulgaria that you would say, hey, I wish I could. If I go back to my family in Indonesia, this is something that I would bring to Indonesia. Like, this is so great that it could be even a concept or something like that, but something that you want to take from Bulgaria to Indonesia. It's like, because it's awesome.
I cannot really think of. But I want to add for your question before about something that I miss. Something also that I miss here in Bulgaria, this is not really necessary, but I sometimes miss it. You cannot really cook what you want here because it's not like in Belgium. In Belgium, you have, sometimes it is good, sometimes it is bad, but in Belgium, you can find all ingredients that you want in all season. It is good because then you can make whatever you want.
Yes.
It is bad because maybe the quality is not as good as here.
Yeah.
But here, let's say sometimes I cannot find parsley even. Like I need to go to 3 stores just to find parsley. It is very depend on the season. This is something that I really miss here. And also I like to make cocktails, and it is quite difficult to find a different kind of ingredients. I mean, they have
alcohol enough here. It's not the problem.
Alcohol enough, but not sort of it. It's quite difficult to find sort of it. Like for an example,
maybe you have to start to be creative. Maybe you have to make cocktails with rakia instead of with rum or something like that. Maybe that's the idea. Maybe you have to find your, because I think hardly people do that. So it could be like a new approach. And what you say is true. I think that in Bulgaria, a lot of things are only fresh, which is actually very good. But it means, sometimes that you cannot find them because you can only find them fresh. But the quality of the products, I must say, I think the freshness, and especially if you go to markets, to the open markets, the quality of the vegetables is very good. And you can find very, very how would I call it? Like really original stuff. What I mean, like I lived in Orishak, and if you go to the local supermarket, the vegetables you buy there, they are probably grown by some baba who lives close by. So it's really local and it's really natural, and I think it's more healthy than it comes from some big produced.
Of course.
So yeah. And how do you like the Bulgarian wine? Or are you not so much into wine?
I'm into wine, but in general, in general, I drink alcohol, but not so much, let's say.
No,
I like
no.
the wine. My favorite, I think, I cannot say my favorite because I don't taste a lot, sort of, but let's say my favorite for now, for red wine is from Angel Estate, Stallion.
Cool.
Stallion. And I just found out my favorite white wine from Villa Melnik. They have a semi-dry Sauvignon Blanc, which I really like. Good. So I like, in general, I like the wine here. They are good quality and good price.
Maybe this is something you could take back to Indonesia. I don't think they have much Bulgarian wine there.
I don't know if it will grow because
the grind. No, just the bottles. Just let them make the wine here. And
this is what you mean. What would I bring? Really like a product? So what will I bring?
It could be a product. I mean, it's just whatever.
For sure, all kind of cosmetic and Bulgarian rose oil.
Yeah, sure.
I think all my friends, all these women would really appreciate it because in Indonesia it's really booming nowadays. Like all these big companies, cosmetics selling things like with Bulgarian rose water in it, Bulgarian rose oil, Damascena here. So if I bring it really from Bulgaria, they will really like honor that I remember them and bring it really from the source.
The real original Bulgarian product.
Yeah.
Live now 3 years in Bulgaria, right? More or less.
Almost 3 years, yeah.
Almost 3 years. Do you want to? Do you already make a decision? Do you want to stay in Bulgaria, or are you more like, we will see, and maybe I will move to another country. Maybe I'll go back to Belgium, or how do you see that? How do you see your future in that?
We don't really plan our future far away. I mean, that long, but we are thinking at least to stay here for 5 years, so 2 years more, and after that we will see. But we still have 2 years plus to enjoy and decide, and we will see how it will be in the next 2 years.
Super. Sounds good.
Yes, sounds good. Happy.
So yeah, we were almost already at the end of the interview because
already you're very good host.
Thank you.
Yes. Sometimes like this, and it's already like.
Yeah, but if you want to see me, you have to come to Plovdiv.
I will, and there will you bring me. You have to bring me to the best food, the best cocktails, and the best view.
I think I know some places. I think I will. Yeah. But you have to make an extra video. You have to make an extra video in Plovdiv then. Good. As a last thing, because already almost half an hour passed. So yeah, time flies when you're having fun. I mean, it's like that. And so as a last thing, what would you like to say to the people who watch and who listen to this podcast? Do you have a message for them, like as well, whatever you want to tell them?
Well, for you who live in Bulgaria, for you who live in Bulgaria and think that Bulgaria are positive, you are not wrong. In Bulgaria are very good to live. And for you who doesn't know about Bulgaria, you need for sure and wanted to live here, you need for sure to listen to this Plovdcast.
Thank you.
It will convince you to come here and meet this host. Chris Demon.
Thank you, Efrata. With this
very positive person. Good vibe.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the recommendation, and thanks a lot for being my guest here. And
you're welcome.
Yes, thanks a lot. And thank you for listening to already the 8th edition of the Plovdcast. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.